A cross-country coach in a small California town transforms a group of athletes into championship contenders. This is my review of McFarland, USA. As I promised you guys, I would review 2015 movies again after being done with all the busy stuff in my life and with college. And now, with all that done, I'm reviewing McFarland USA. And after I saw McFarland USA back in February with my dad, I would have to say that I thought the movie was good. The good points. The first thing I have to say about this movie is that for it being a sports movie based off of true events, it did what it had to do for a sports movie like that. The main good point about this movie was the acting by the cast, and I actually believe that some of the Hispanic actors, I forgot what their names were, but the Hispanic actors that played the athletes in the movie, I thought that they did a better job than what Kevin Costner did. I still believe that Kevin Costner had his moments throughout the movie, but I still believe that the Hispanic actors were the best thing about this movie. I liked the story of this movie since the story is surrounded by the sport of cross-country, and there has never been a cross-country sports movie before. I mean, the only thing close to this movie would be Chariots of Fire, since Chariots of Fire has to do with track. But yeah, so the movie tells you about the sport of cross-country, not like a huge history of it, but it just tells you the rules of it, basically, and the rules are simple. But the story also delves into the lives of the athletes who are participating in cross-country and the coach. Another thing I liked about the movie was the directing, and it wasn't really, I would say, great directing, but at the same time, I wouldn't change anything because it was good for what it was doing for a sports movie based off of true events. Well, actually, now that I think about it, I would say that's great directing for what it did in this movie. I also like the fact that the movie is edited in a way where it's fast-paced, no pun intended. And really, other than that, the only other thing I can say that it was good about this movie would be the ending. Because the way the movie ended, it was like, yep, that's a good way to end the movie. And it also showed later on, like, what happened, the movie told us, like, what happened to the actual athletes and the coach of this, town. The bad points. The only thing that I found bad about this movie was the fact that, in general and in whole, the entire movie wasn't unique. I mean, the only thing unique about it were a couple of scenes throughout the movie, and the fact that the movie is based on the sport of cross-country. And I think this movie suffered from the true sports storyline. And what I mean by that is that I knew where the story was going after, seeing, certain events in the movies. Like, oh yeah, after this event, this is gonna happen, and maybe that's gonna happen, or it's gonna go on two different paths, possibly either this way or that way. And then near the end, it's like either the team will win or the team will lose in the final game or the final event of the movie. And really the only other bad point about this movie would have to be some of the acting by Kevin Costner. Because at moments, he was just bland and being plain Kevin Costner. And some people will know what I mean, because in most of his movies, he, doesn't really act the way I think he's supposed to be in a movie. He's just being plain Kevin Costner, talking in the same tone he talks in, a lot of his movies. But like I said before, he was actually good in some moments of the movie, and he wasn't playing plain Kevin Costner, he's playing the character in the movie, actually. So like I said, I saw this movie with my dad, and my dad gives this movie a 2.75 out of 4 stars, while I will give it a 3 out of 4 stars. Yeah, so it's not in theaters anymore, but I still think you should at least see it when it comes out on DVD and Blu-ray. I think you should rent it, and then from there you can decide if you want to buy it or do whatever you want. But yeah, I think you'll also like it if you're into sports dramas as well. So that was my review for McFarland USA. Hope you guys liked it. And other than that, guys, that's it.